Good afternoon from the Kennedys. Well, I'm not catching bees today, but I got my bee hat on because it's working outside. Gathering dandelions earlier. We're got a bottle of vodka. We're gonna make a tincture. Rinse those dandelions off, cut them up, put them down in a jar, and fill that jar with vodka, and stick them in a dark place and let it ferment for about 8 months. And then I'll take that jar out and strain the dandelions out of it, toss those, and the liquid that's left will be really beneficial for health. But we've got another project that we've almost halfway conquered. More like a third. It's a big project. We're taking these old logs, and we had problems with weeds. Sorry, the air conditioner's right here. Weeds and trees coming up along the foundation of the garage, and you know, it gets old, and then the snakes and mice are digging holes and getting up in there. So we laid this felt liner, which I got to get more. I ran out. It's expensive. And laid these logs. Once we get that all covered with rock, we're gonna take and get gravel, or a white chalk rock, and top it off with that. And then I'm gonna get like planters, probably the concrete planters, and I'm gonna do herbs and flowers all down here. I got this big planter. Gonna get a couple more big planters for back here to do some shrubs or something back here, and the wife's little Mickey Mouse bird bath. Probably gonna find a way to put this feeder up in there. It's kind of like a little bird sanctuary right here that she can watch the birds once we get this cleared out. We kind of stopped here. We had already cleared this out, weed eated and raked and pulled weeds and roots and pulled them with the truck and dug them out. There was a lot of overgrowth here. I don't know if you went back and checked the old videos. We stopped here because I've got to get an electrician in here. The electrical wire, some idiot hooked to the plumbing where the water comes out to go into the septic and ran it with it. That's not the way it's going to be. I need to get that transferred, and then it runs out here to this tree. I need to get a proper outside outlet box put right here, but I'm kind of thinking about moving it closer to the pond so I could do a waterfall. We've got this flagstone up here on this side of the garage I can make a waterfall out of to help aerate, put that pump in there. But we're gonna clear this out, and we're gonna extend it all the way down, and then we're gonna do the same thing on this side like we did the other side, so it'll be like right there with all the way down. That way we don't have to weed eat or do any kind of work upkeep to keep weeds and trees from growing there, and it'll get rid of the snakes and mice that are constantly getting up in there because we're shoving the liner and big rocks filling in that hole. I'm gonna get probably spray foam to fill that in once we get that cord out of there. And I'm gonna fill that in, and then we will probably make a hole and run that cord out of this side of the wall, and then bury it, and then cover it with that liner and rock so it will never be hit with a weed eater or mower. But that's the job we're working on. I got 2 helpers with me. Say hi.
Hi.
Can you say hi? Camera shy? Come on, say hello. Teenagers. You know how teenagers are. Their attitude all the time. But that's what we're working on. We're almost to the end of the back. So we're over halfway with this part of it, but this is just the first stage. I need to get more liner, fill that in, put those back in place, and then I'm doing one layer of the rock, no more than one. And I'm not doing that back here fully. We've got that just holding it down until I get the planters in place where we want them. Once the rock is in place, again, I'm gonna fill it with gravel, and then we're gonna get like small concrete planters to go down the sides, and then we'll have a couple big planters back here, and then small planters down the other side. It's a good way to landscape your property and to help save time, money for fuel and energy, to not have to do it anymore. Yeah, it takes a lot to do this, but once it's done, it will keep us from having to weed eat around this garage and clear it out anymore. It'll look nice and be done. We plan on eventually, once we get the underpinning of the house redone, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to use logs because, you know, they'll bring in termites, but they're far enough away from the garage I don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to use that for around the house. I'm going to get actual blocks, concrete blocks, like decorative landscaping blocks, and go around the house with it all the way along the bottom, all the way around. We're going to get these windows replaced. We got the kitchen window replaced. I'm probably going to do cinder blocks for the foundation, get rid of this underpinning crap, level this out, landscape that, and do the same thing on that side with the rock and the gravel, and then do planters down that, so we can do herbs down through here that, you know, don't need full sun. And then I'm going to gravel between it and put stepping stones. That is the end goal around the garage and the house, just so we don't have to weed eat it anymore. It'll be super easy to take care of the landscaping. Have a good day.